Good morning, ladies and gents, and to everyone that's joining us online. Like Nana said, my name is Olona, and my name is actually of Xhosa origin, which means the best, the one, or the most gift from God, and I do truly believe that I am a gift from God. So I am born and bred in a small town called East London from the Eastern Cape. I was raised by a single mom. My dad was based and is still based here in Cape Town. I have 6 siblings in total. So everything started in 2015 because when I was a matric, I decided to major in engineering, graphics and design, drama and life science. And to be quite honest, that does not make sense, you know? So when it was time for me to go to varsity, I did not know what to do. Literally, I was so confused. And I remember my mom spoke to me and she's like, Olona, you're not going to take a gap year. You are going to study in 2016. And I remember clearly that my mom, she forced me to go to NMMU to do a walk-in. I was given the prospectus to decide on what to study. And obviously, I did not know what to study because at some point, I wanted to do interior designing. I also wanted to do sports management, but that did not work out. And I was told, girl, you need to decide right now what you're going to study. I asked to get like a couple of days just to decide on what to do. And then someone actually said to me, Olona, how about you do PR? And I was like, sure, why not? I did my research in PR and I saw that this is something that I would do. After doing my research, did the course, I truly enjoyed every single bit of PR. I started exposing myself into the market, did promotions, events, and I also did radio. During the year in 2016, I actually decided that I'm actually moving to Johannesburg, and I made that decision by myself. When I came to my parents to tell them that, guys, I'm moving to Johannesburg, they were like, are you serious? I was like, yep, I'm moving. In 2017, I moved to Johannesburg, furthered my studies at UJ in PR, and I enjoyed every journey, doing PR at UJ and being Johannesburg. In 2019, I was fortunate enough to actually be part of a women's initiative called Phakama Women's Academy, which was actually an initiative that was started by a phenomenal lady by the name of Ku Gavenda. And I also got an internship in the same year. So everything in 2019 was just working out for me. Everything was just going great. 2020, as we all know, COVID hit. I did not have my grad ceremony. And the company that I was working for could not take me permanently due to COVID issues. And that's when the dark cloud came into my life. I had to apply. I won't lie. The process was tedious. It was actually daunting. I got rejections. Other companies did not even respond. Fortunately, I have a friend who was studying here at Reading Yellow, studying Mac as well last year. And she was like, Olona, how about you actually do Mac next year since you're not winning in terms of getting a job? And I was like, cool, why not? I sat down with my parents and I told my mom and she's like, I'm not happy with that decision. You're actually on your own. And I was like, kudos, it's okay. And I still continue with the application process. I got accepted at Reading Yellow, beginning of the year, and I packed my stuff and I moved to Cape Town to stay with my dad. Weeks went by, and I was waiting for a response for the bursary. The bursary got back to me, and guess what? They rejected me. Thunderstorm, because I really had hopes that I was going to study this year. I think for a good 2 weeks, I was in denial, I was not applying. I was like, what is this? I was even ready to say, guys, cut the cameras, I get it, you know what's happening. But at some point, I had to wake up, make a decision, and find a way forward on what I'm going to do for the year. I packed my stuff, went back to Johannesburg. As I landed, I kid you not, I got a call from Reading Yellow saying, Olona, you actually got the bursary. Yeah, this is when things started unfolding in my life. And I remember clearly, I took the first flight coming to Cape Town early in the morning, and the night before, I actually had an event. Guys, I was tired, but I told myself, I wanted to study this year. I am going to come in here, tired or not, and I am going to make the most of this journey. Coming at Reading Yellow, I believe it was a seed that was being planted in my life. And guys, my journey here at Reading Yellow was actually rain. Something was being watered into the seed that I planted when I chose to come in red and yellow. The journey of being here, meeting you guys as my fellow classmates, having phenomenal lecturers such as Di, Melissa, Peter, and obviously, guys, the lovely Lela, who also went through the journey with us, and we also had the privilege of having guest speakers from various companies who came in here to share some insightful stuff with us. And I took each and every lesson that I learned here with both hands, and I took that for my life and for what's ahead of me next year. And guys, in my journey here at Red and Yellow, things started blossoming in my life. And as I'm standing here right in front of you today, let me tell you something. I actually secured a job for myself for next year. Things started unfolding, things started making sense. At first, when I look back to what happened beginning of the year, things did not make sense. But now, eventually things do make sense as to why those things happened. During my time of hardship and challenges and being confused, obviously I didn't know why those things happened in my life. And as a spiritual person, I read devotions on a daily basis. And these are the 3 devotions that I came across, but obviously at the time they did not make sense. But today, when I go back to them, they do make sense. They read as, we will have to make choices in order to move around or forward, but we don't need to be scared that if we choose incorrectly, we'll be headed in the wrong direction. In all likelihood, our path wouldn't be straight, even if we did make all the right decisions. We can have confidence and rest in the knowledge that if we're seeking God's will, He will redirect our path to take us where He wanted us to go, much like a GPS map recalculating our route when we take a wrong turn. Besides, detours can be valuable parts of the plan, revealing new things to us about ourselves, our calling, our world, and our Creator. The second one reads, so often in life we want the growth without the growing pain and the plant without the planting. Unfortunately, you can't have one without the other. And the last one reads, most of us will go through things that are really painful and difficult. Loss, sickness, betrayal, tragedy. Some of all these things can leave a lasting, bitter mark in our heart and emotions, like a residue of ashes, reminding us of what was once alive. The lasting mark on our hearts does not have to be bitterness. It can be turned into a beautiful thing called wholeness. You can be stronger than you were before. So after reading these devotions, they actually told me that the hardships, the trials and tribulations are actually part of life. We need to go through all those ups and downs in life in order to be better people. Because the trials and tribulations that we do go through, they actually plant something within us. They do stem something within us and they prune us, and we become better people after going through this stuff. Because at the end of the day, there's always a silver lining. Behind that dark cloud, there's always sunlight. And before I leave today, I just want to leave this to you guys from #Wellness Wednesday, and today is actually Wednesday, which reads, find the silver lining. Try to identify the positive aspect of challenging situations or circumstances. Research shows that people who focus on the positives in their lives are less upset by difficult memories. You may not be able to change what happened, but you are able to change your perception of the event or its meaning. Thank you, and I hope you guys now see the silver lining in every dark situation.